So I wasn't gonna make this video because it's Saturday morning. I just got back from a really long road trip, work trip, and I didn't want to make a video right now because I don't feel presentable, but I have to talk about this. I pre-ordered this months ago and it finally came in yesterday. Ladies on Top. This is by Nejiganameta. I'm not sure how you say their name. There we go. That person. I've never bought a Steamship manga before, so I wanted to tell you guys my thoughts on this, my first impressions, and reasons why I think you should or shouldn't pick it up. This was, for full retail in American, $14.99. That's a little pricey, but it is a larger size print. If you want to compare it to a normal 7Cs volume, this is what you're looking at. So it is bigger. It's also wider. So I think that physically it's worth that cost. Here's the back of it. It is a gorgeous release. Absolutely beautiful copy. A light matte with the raised shiny text. There's the spine. It's very pretty. They did a fantastic job with the physical release itself. It was something I kind of just purchased when I saw they made the pre-order announcement, because it just looked josei. It just screamed josei to me, and I have been begging for more josei. And when I see it being published and it looks cute, I have to support that, so I did. I'm very glad that I did, because this has no smut in it. So first volume, smut free, but it does definitely lead into that. I think that we might get some of that in the future. It's rated older teen, 17 plus, and has the parental advisory little sticker here on the back. There's no actual sex happening within this volume. I'm hoping it gets a little more steamy in the future, but I don't know the extent of how far they're gonna go in this series, but we will see. Either way, I'm still gonna read it because it's cute as heck. We have a woman here who is just a regular business lady. She doesn't seem to be extraordinary in anything. She's in a relationship already pre-established for a little while with this guy. He seems cool, he's good looking, he's fun and all that, but she tends to lose men after 3 months because of something. I don't want to spoil too much of it for you. I'm going to try not to give you too many spoilers, and he has a problem as well where he doesn't perform the way that he would like to in the bedroom, because he actually likes to be topped by women, and he can't really admit to that yet. He hasn't come to terms with the fact that he's into that, and it alludes to a lot of very Japanese tradition within their culture. I can't speak to that because I'm obviously not Japanese, but you know how even in America, the men are dominant and the women are submissive. That's just kind of a thing within our cultures. In this instance, it's sexual. So he's trying to be more traditional and be the dominant one who does the sexy kabedans and the things that guys do in manga and real life. And then she's trying to be submissive and cute and dainty, like a woman should. They're realizing personally for themselves, they haven't really talked about it as much yet, that that doesn't work for them sexually. Like, they're not into that. It doesn't work for their dynamic, and that maybe they actually should switch that traditional role. At the very end, they start really talking about it, and I cannot wait to see where it goes, because our main guy, I'm really into this. I really dig the dynamic going on here. I like the nervous in the bedroom guy thing instead of it being the woman this time, because that's usually what you get if you read smutty stuff like this. It's always the woman is the same and the guy is the same, and it's just a different flavor of the same ice cream, if you know what I'm saying. I know that doesn't make sense, but I get what I'm saying, so it's okay. This feels different, and I really like that it's actually exploring the gender role switcheroo of a sexual relationship between two consenting adults, and how they're actually starting to communicate towards the end of the volume, and I feel like that's going to be a very healthy thing within the series. Of course, I have no idea how long this is supposed to be, and I don't know what the series is going to look like in the future for either of these characters. There might be some drama thrown in for no reason. Holy moly, you guys, if you're really into josei manga and you wanted something more adult for women, like men can read it too. I'm gonna try to make my husband read it just to see what he thinks. We'll see. I'll let you know if I ever get across that bridge. I think that if you're really wanting more josei and you're wanting more adult, please support this because it is good. It is beautifully drawn. And I think that it can go places. And we only have 3 or 4 Steamship titles so far. And I've only bought this one. There's 2 more I want to get. I'm not really interested in one of them, so I think I'll just skip on that one because I've heard some things that I'm not really into. Please support this one because I think that it's going places that are going to be really good. Give it a try. It's not smutty yet, but it even if it didn't turn smutty, I think that this is still going to be a good story. Not the intensity so far like in Sweat and Soap Volume 1, but we're still getting that kind of yearning for each other. And you can tell that these characters are going to really be into what's happening in the future, and I'm really excited to see where it goes. They seem to really care about each other, so it seems like a real love story. It starts off more physical and sexual and friends and sort of casually dating to a very deep romance that is very sexual. So if you know me in real life, no you don't, and pretend you didn't see this video, but either way, I really highly recommend it, especially for the price. I've paid more for manga that was worse. Please support Steamship, support this title in particular and this creator. I cannot wait to continue the series, and I really, really hope that there's a decent amount of volumes and it's not just like 2, because I get really disappointed when I find a good series and it's like 2 volumes long, and that's not enough for me to really get into it. We've got Fire in His Fingertips going, but because they're censoring it so much, I'm not loving it as much as I did in the beginning, but I'm still gonna read it because I want to support josei and all that. I hope this isn't censored. If they do put it smutty, please don't censor the hell out of it, because that's not what I'm here for. If you haven't read this yet and you're still on the fence within watching this video, my advice to you is to buy it digitally if you're still on the fence. I don't know if there is a deal going on with it digitally, because I don't really read a lot of digital manga outside of the Jump app. I would still try it. Maybe there's like a free version you can try the first chapter or 2. I'm all for reading free apps if you do eventually buy the physical. Please, please, please buy this, because if we as women or anyone who likes to read josei, it doesn't matter your gender, your sex, or whatever, if we don't physically support the releases of these when they start to come out, like 7 Seas is feeding us. They are a fantastic publisher right now. I used to have my qualms with them based off of their pricing and some of their practices, but they've made a lot of changes this year and they are giving us what we want. They are feeding the women or anyone who is interested in these series. They are feeding us content, and for us to not support that financially now that we have a little bit of income, I understand if you're still a little young in your 20s and like I was, and you're struggling to make ends meet in your home. This is getting a little real, sorry. You can skip this part if you don't want to watch it. I've been there. If you physically can support this, do it. If you cannot, promote it. Take screenshots of the cover, post about it on your social media, and tell people to support it and talk about it and research it and really make it worth their while to keep printing josei and shoujo series for us, because if we don't, they'll just make excuses like some other publishers are as to why they're not reprinting it or why they're not doing more licensing or why it doesn't matter. And you're validating these shonen bros who pretend that female or feminine stories are not worth telling. I'm not the person to tell that story. If you really want to hear that, there are several other amazing YouTubers that you can watch who talk about that kind of stuff. I'm not as well versed in the history of it, so I can't really speak to all the facts. I think that it's very important that we support stuff like this, especially when it's good. Like, this could have been garbage and I still would have read it because it's coming out and I want it to be good and I want to support these kind of series and tell the publishers yes with my dollars. But this was actually good. and I think that it has the possibility of saying some very important things in future volumes, even though there is some smut in there. I don't know. Does anyone know if it's going to get smutty? Please tell me in the comments. Either way, I'm going to read it. But please do that. I know this whole video has pretty much been just me. Please buy this. I'm not paid by anyone. I don't have enough following to be paid by anyone to do this. But I'm just someone who really, really loves josei and who has dived into it recently and trying to find all of the manga that is josei, that is more romance based. If you have recommendations of a series that you don't think I've seen yet, or that I know about, or that you've seen on my shelves or me talk about here, please leave it in the comments below or DM me on Instagram. I'll put the link to my Instagram in the description below. But I want more of this, and if I can afford it, I'm gonna do that, and if I can find it, I'm gonna do that. That's pretty much all I have to say. Is it's good, read it, support it. Thank you so much, 7 Seas, and go ship, Steamship, all of your ships. Thank you so much making something like this and allowing these creators to exist where we want them to exist, and giving me something to look forward to instead of just shonen. I mean, I love shonen, but it's definitely not my favorite. I hope you guys have a great day. Thanks for watching this video. Please remember to like it and subscribe to my channel if you like my content. I don't do a ton of first impressions, but I do when I feel very passionate about something, whether that be good or bad, or I just think that you need to know about it and maybe you don't yet. So I hope you guys have a great day. I'll see you in the next video. Bye guys.